When someone asks me my favorite color these days, I just tell them to think billiards. Think billiards because every single color of ball that is on that pool table, I feel like is a color that just describes my psyche. Especially the maroon or burgundy, whatever you want to call it. I just feel like that's so me. And then, is there a blue? I hope there's a blue. Because navy blue has infected my life in a way that I can never understand. For like the past 5 years, everything I acquire, like to use long term, has been navy blue. The backpack that I use every day, my phone case, a lot of like I only have 2 hats. One of them is black and one of them is navy blue. I don't know how that happened, but I feel like deep down in my soul, I'm more of a burgundy girl. But that's neither here nor there. The reason I discovered I love the billiards color palette so much is because I've been trying to get really good. I've been on a journey of self-discovery and, seeing how deep my skill can go. I'm trying to get really good at pool. I feel like it started as a way of like trying to swindle people. Like I do like the whole bimbo act and then end up like clearing the table in one foul swoop. Like my goal is to like break and then have all of the solid color balls go in. Because I like being solids more than stripes. But then I have to ask every 5 minutes which ones I am, even though I know I'm solids. Anyway, but even though I had access to a pool table growing up, like my grandparents had one in their basement, I've retained none of the abilities of how to play. And I've played a lot, okay? I've played a lot. I feel like every social gathering we had at my grandparents' house, we were playing pool. But I just can't do it. I'm either really, really good, or I hit 5 balls in a row, or I'm just god-awful. Just awful. And there's no in between. But I simply still do not know how to play. It's like chess. Like, I went to 2 summers of chess camp. I know how the pieces move and everything. I know how to set up the board. I know that white always goes first. But I don't know any strategy behind it. I just kind of move the pieces and see what works out. That's kind of how I feel playing pool. Like, I know there are specific rules. Like, when you rack them up, I think, this is how I do it. You alternate solids and stripes in the little triangle thing. So it's like fair. That makes sense in my head. And then there are just some other random rules that we're playing and people are like, oh, that was a cheap shot because you didn't call it. Call what? Call what? So I will be, telling you some of my rules for pool and things that I just really don't care about. First of all, if you scratch on the 8 ball, I don't really care. Like, we're going to keep playing, but we're going to remember it. Okay? Like, the game will proceed, but if you win having scratched on the 8 ball before, we're going to remember it. Okay, your conscience should not be clear if you scratch on the 8 ball, but we'll allow it. Same thing, like you do have to call a pocket for the 8 ball. And if it goes into a different pocket, it's more about vibes. Okay, so like last night, my friend Evan and I were playing, and he was way ahead of me. Way ahead of me. He had all of his stripes in before I even hit 2 balls in. But he kept haphazardly hitting the 8 ball. And like it went into a pocket that he didn't call. But because he was so far ahead, like, I took that W. But there was another game where we were both trying to hit the 8 ball for, like, 15 minutes. And he hit it into not the pocket. But I'm going to give him that one. Because, like, he earned that fair and square. You know what I'm saying? Let's see. What other rules did I make up? If you scratch, you can put the ball. It has to be on, that edge of the table behind the 3rd dot. I think some people play the 2nd dot. I play the 3rd dot. Because we need all the help we can get here. And you're allowed to hit any ball you want. Any ball you want. The world is your oyster. You can do anything you want. Let's see. Also, if you have a shot that looked like it was going to be really planned out, like you do all the measurements, and you're like, if I were this ball, I would want to be hit here, so I have to hit this ball here. If you do all that, and you completely whiff it, someone somewhere has to say, I see your thought. I see your thought process, and I'm sorry it didn't work out for you. Because we all need a little bit of encouragement when we're playing pool. It's a hard game, okay? You're hitting balls with sticks, which is, I guess, 90% of all sports. But I really couldn't care less about sports, to be so honest with you. And I guess that's what this is all about, me being honest. Another thing is, if you hit something and it ends up, like, working out for you, you thought, oh, that was not what I intended to do. but then like one of your other balls that you didn't mean to hit goes in, you get to say, and that was my plan all along. Or if you like hit it and it looks weird, but then it sets the other person up so poorly for their turn, you say that was part of my plan all along. It was part of my plan all along. You get to pretend to be all-knowing. And I really like that. So yeah, I think I'm still going to try to get at least competent at pool. Because I see it in me. I see the potential. But alas, I'm allowed to access at least none of it. Probably none of it. But yeah, last night I did have a good couple of streaks there. I can hit them if it's lined right up. But also, I hit a really good shot, and this man was walking in from the back, and he was like, "That was a beautiful one." And I said, "Thank you." I said thank you as if I one, in fact, also knew it was a beautiful one, and two, intended to do that. I think I did intend to hit that one in that pocket at that point, but yeah. Also, if someone hits the 8-ball in, but we still got balls on the table, we're still playing. Okay, this is practice. This is warm up. This is the cool down after the game, not the warm up. Yeah, I think that's all I have left about pool. I really don't like they have all the colors of the rainbow, and that's all well and good. But I think they need to stay to that like fall deep like color palette. Like the maroon, yes. The green, yes. I think there's a blue there, yes. The yellow, I just really can't get behind. But I feel like the yellow is a real staple for, like, billiards. Because, like, my grandpa, he had a light above the pool table in the basement. And they had all the balls. And one of them, I think, was the striped one. But there's something about that 7-ball. I think that's the solid maroon one. That's it. I love the 3, too. The 3 is really good as well. Can't get enough. Let's see, what else? I think that's all I really had to say. I'm deciding what I'm going to have for lunch today. I don't really know because I have, like, nothing in my house. And all the stuff I do have, I'd have to, like, prepare it. Like, I have chicken I could defrost, but it's already 11:45, guys. Like, we got to get this show on the road. Maybe I'll make some mac and cheese. I think I have some mac and cheese. But the Trader Joe's mac and cheese tastes like vomit. Frankly, it's vomit, folks. And I don't know what society is doing to stop it, but it tastes like vomit. And I remember one time, my roommate, Evan, who I was playing pool with last night, he made it and he measured out the milk wrong, and it was quite literally mac and cheese soup. It was mac and cheese soup. But I put so much shredded cheese on it. And to be so for real with you, I put cream cheese on there too. Because, like, I don't play around when it comes to mac and cheese. Like, I'll eat it. Even if it's mac and cheese soup. Mac and soup. But I'll just never forget that because that night it definitely tasted a lot like vomit. But I feel like I always put a little bit of shredded cheese in there. Shredded cheese as I go. I'm a Parmesan as I eat the lasagna type of gal. Okay? I'm a dipper with my syrups. Maybe I'll make a whole separate. I enjoy everything. I like to control all the aspects. This is making no sense anyway. But I'm going to make some throw up mac and cheese. Bye.